Donald Trump's condition, whatever it is getting much, much worse. Yesterday, Donald Trump gave a speech to military generals and admirals. The substance was bad enough. We're going to look at that in a moment. But Donald Trump's physical appearance is raising even more red flags. What is wrong with him? What is wrong with Donald Trump? At the speech, not only were Donald Trump's eyes almost completely swollen shut, not only was he slurring, not only did he seem disoriented and out of energy, but Donald Trump's eyes were pointing in different directions at various moments. This is a condition called strabismus, when the eyes aren't aligned properly. Now, in addition to Trump's eyes going cuckoo at different points in time, he was also just slurring his way through this entire thing. Take a look, and you will again notice Trump's eyes pointing in opposite direction at various moments of this deranged speech.
I tell you, it's something we're seriously considering. There were powers, there were big powers. They were just about as mean and scary as you could be. And so we're looking at that. One of the biggest cases that we won was the decision of the United States Supreme Court to allow us to proceed on the word merit. So those two words are right up there.
And as you can see, Trump's eyes, particularly his right eye, it's essentially closed.
Is, I would say, the opposite, if you ask for a definition, the opposite of political correctness. We went through political correct, where you had to have people.
We went through political correct, where. So we have a building list of symptoms. We now are noticing the strabismus, the eyes pointing in different directions. We have a growing list of symptoms for supposedly the healthiest president ever. And interestingly, the condition most likely to encompass all the symptoms that we see with our own eyes takes us back to where the speculation began. I'm going to get to that in a moment. Now, let me explain. We've got a 79-year-old obese man with known chronic venous insufficiency, swollen ankles, unexplained bruising on his hands. We add to that more and more slurred speech, swollen eyes, and not symmetrically swollen. We have the strabismus. The most likely direction here, and we're left to speculate because this White House just won't tell us, the most likely direction you would look here would be neurological or vascular. So we're back to where the speculation really began. Stroke or TIA, these transient ischemic attacks, they're sort of like mini strokes. You might consider a cranial nerve palsy, myasthenia gravis, but stroke or TIA would be where the symptoms would first have you look. Now, as we go down in terms of probability, I guess you would say, you would consider some kind of blood-related cause, a bleeding or a clotting disorder, potentially, amyloidosis, liver disease. And then you would go, well, could it be cardiac or pulmonary? Could it be right-sided heart failure? Could it be chronic venous insufficiency, but it's getting significantly more serious? Less likely, could it be superior vena cava syndrome? And again, we're just going down the list because they won't tell us. You would then consider, is there an infection here? Is there an inflammatory cause? Could it be orbital cellulitis that's causing Trump's right eye in particular to swell almost shut and point in a different direction? Could it be a periorbital infection? And again, these things are getting less and less likely as I go. Could it be due to a medication? Would also be considered. But understand that they're not really being upfront about what medications he's even on. They say he's not really on much at all. So understand that this is potentially very serious. When you see, I spoke to an ER doc about this, who told me when you see strabismus and slurred speech in an elderly patient, you need to look at the possibility of stroke. You need an urgent neurologic evaluation. And then when you look at the unexplained bruising, they've explained it by saying he's shaking hands, but Trump's left hand has a bruise. He only shakes hands with his right hand. It doesn't make any sense. You would say, is there a hematologic disease? We have no transparency from this administration. We have no idea what is going on. but something seems to be very, very wrong. Leave me a comment. What do you believe is going on here? A pending Supreme Court case could strip our Fourth Amendment rights and allow immigration agents to come into our homes for any reason, no probable cause needed, all while Republicans try to twist things so that you think this is all great for America. This should be the biggest story in the US right now, but it's almost impossible to keep up with the millions of moves that Trump is making every single day. That's why Ground News exists. Ground News is an app and website that exposes the blind spots and spin before it takes control of our opinions. Ground News is the smarter, more reliable way to stay informed when MAGA is banking on us getting distracted. I'm partnering up with Ground News to give you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I use. So you'll pay only $5 a month for all of their premium features. Just go to ground.news/Pakman or use the code Pakman in the app when you sign up. The link is in the description or scan the QR code.